Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. Today I wanted to talk about an interesting topic that just had a very big update no more than 3 weeks ago, and that is Jason Voorhees. More specifically, the lawsuit over the rights of the character. Now, if you guys don't know, this lawsuit has been ongoing since about 2014. It's what killed the Friday the 13th game, and it's been a very nasty lawsuit. But there has been a pretty decent sounding update on it that gives us a lot of hope, in my opinion, for Jason Voorhees coming to Dead by Daylight, and we're going to break that down in this video. Before we get completely into it, if you guys were updated, informed, or entertained, I'd really appreciate a like on the video. It helps out a ton with visibility, and if you guys want more daily Dead by Daylight content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That means a lot to me. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, the Friday the 13th lawsuit has been one of the nastiest lawsuits over rights in years. If you guys don't know about it, it's between the original writer and the director of the Friday the 13th movie. The dispute comes from the copyright laws of 1976, which basically states that the original writer of something has to wait about 35 years and then they can try to reclaim, or not really try, they can just reclaim the rights to whatever they wrote. Now, the thing about that is the original director says that the writer on the Friday the 13th was just an employee at that time, so therefore he does not own those rights, opposed to a more recent lawsuit as well with the Hellraiser franchise between Clive Barker and New Line Cinema. I can't remember, it might be New Line Cinema, but between those two, it was obvious that Clive Barker was the original writer because he wrote the books before the movies were even made, so that lawsuit went a little bit easier, and that's why we were able to get a Hellraiser chapter in Dead by Daylight, because it went so much more smooth, because of course there's nothing to dispute there. But when it comes to Friday the 13th, this lawsuit legitimately killed a game. But what is the update? Why has the likelihood of Jason Voorhees coming to Dead by Daylight went so far up? Well, this information comes from comicbook.com, and it's from an interview that Corey Feldman did with MovieWeb. The official statement from Feldman says, "I think if we do any reboots, the reboot should be Tommy versus Jason. Interestingly enough, some guy came up to me at a party, this is true, 2 weeks ago, and said he resolved the rights issues. He's a lawyer and he has resolved the rights issues around Friday the 13th, and things are working out. Now they'll be able to start making Friday the 13th movies again." Now, of course, we don't know the legitimacy of the claims from the guy who's claiming that he's a lawyer. I'm sure if he was at Feldman's party, then he probably had a reason to be there, and of course Feldman has played a very large role in the Friday the 13th history, so it could be 100% legitimate, and this is really good information if it's true, because the Friday the 13th lawsuit has been terrible for not even just the people in the lawsuit, but the fans outside of it. I mean, just in the Dead by Daylight community, this game is built for a character like Jason, and thanks to the lawsuit, we've never gotten to see Jason in the game. Now, just like in the Hellraiser lawsuit, even if this does get resolved and the rights go back to the writer, which isn't 100% guaranteed, it's still going to be just like Hellraiser, where it's going to be about a year before the writer gets the rights back and can actually start doing things with it. But in that year, the rights holders who've held it for the past 35 years will have a chance to sell that license out and make some more money off of it before it eventually goes back to the original writer. So I think it's likely to see Jason in a lot of things if this lawsuit is actually getting resolved. I think it's likely to see a lot of things when it comes to Friday the 13th, being in video games, being in movies, whatever they can make money off of within the next year after the lawsuit is ended. So of course, what's one of the easiest ways to make some money very quickly? Well, all they gotta do is loan out the license to a very popular video game like Dead by Daylight and make an absolute butt ton of money. And I think that's a very likely situation to happen as soon as this lawsuit is resolved. I'd say as soon as this lawsuit's resolved, within 6 to 7, maybe 8 months, we'll have Jason Voorhees in Dead by Daylight. They're going to be wanting to make as much money as they can in the year that they have, or there could be a little bit more time there. You don't really know because of how long the lawsuits went on and where they actually, choose to come to an agreement. So it could be a year, it could be 2 years or 3 years before the writer gets the rights back. But I do think if this is 100% true, we will definitely see Jason in a very short amount of time if they can just come to an agreement on the lawsuit. Now, the most popular, most known, in my opinion, Jason actor, Kane Hodder, doesn't really think that that's going to happen. His official statement says, "With all of the legal problems with the franchise, the Friday franchise, I don't know if it's ever going to be cleared up. And it's unfortunate because it compromises the game because there's a lot more content content that we've done for the Friday game that may never make it now, and let alone another movie ever happening. I've always thought there should be at least one more film that would be the 13th. How do you do Friday the 13th 12 and then quit? I'd love for it to be resolved, but I'm not that hopeful that it will be. So who knows, we may have seen the end of Jason in the films. I don't know. I hope not, but even if it's not me, I'd love to come back one more time. Even if it isn't me. As a fan, I'd love to see one more film. So the classic Jason actor himself isn't even really that hopeful. So really we just gotta wait and see how all this plays out. But I almost guarantee when this lawsuit does come to an agreement, we will see Jason in Dead by Daylight very shortly after. And with this information that we have from the Tommy actor, it seems like it could be on the right path. But that's the information we have for today, dudes. The big lawsuit update surrounding Friday the 13th. I'm really hopeful that it could get resolved within the next little bit, and we could eventually see Jason Voorhees come to Dead by Daylight. It feels like he's honestly at this point one of the only major like slasher movie killers that is not in Dead by Daylight. We got Michael, we got Freddy, we got Leatherface, we got Pinhead now. We got so many characters in this game that just scream old horror, and Jason definitely deserves a spot there. And I'm even hopeful that maybe something could happen with the Friday game too, and maybe they could make a comeback, but we'll just have to see. I'll keep you guys updated on it as soon as we know some more information. It might be another few months to a year before we have another update on this lawsuit, but when it happens, I'll update you. But that's going to do it for me, dudes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. My name is Tootin. I've been your host, and I'll see you dudes next time. Peace out.